With Anthem's release date right around the corner, the developers for the game decided to put out a live stream where they go over some of the things that are coming to the game in its early access and also in its full game release. The early access is going to be on February the 15th, and there are two versions of it. There's the full version that you can play as long as you want, which comes with the Origin Access Premiere. This is only for PC. And then there's also the 10-hour kind of not really demo, it's the actual full game, but it's called the play first trial, and you get 10 hours to play, and that is also on February the 15th. And that is available for EA Access members who are on Xbox One, and also for Origin Access Basic members who are on PC. If you have it on any other platform, i.e. the PlayStation 4, or if you ordered the Legion of Dawn version of the game and you don't have the access or any of that stuff, then you're going to have to wait until February the 22nd. Now, in this live stream, they went over some of the bug changes and fixes coming for the game in the 15th and again for the 22nd. So in this video, I'm going to be going over some of the things that I found interesting or important. So let's get started. Starting things off, they talked about rep rewards. With these rep rewards, you will have 3 factions, and then if you do stuff for these factions, you will gain some rewards. Things like blueprints or materials that I guess you can use for decking out your javelins. They also talked about a flow chart of updating how you get into games. Let's just show that. There's a piece of that. I just want to show that so that you guys can see it in action and kind of see how much better it is. It is so much better and cleaner. Let's just take a look.
But when you go to the start of Expedition, and this is for the 22nd of February, not for the 15th, but we got some feedback that the flow of start of Expedition was a bit confusing. This is awesome. So it's a lot easier to say, hey, like, what are the things I can play? You pick one, and then the rest of the options go from there. So today we're going to play free play. So we'll pick free play. I want to start at Fort Tarsus because I love that starting point. And after you click those options, you pick difficulty and you can start.
So another thing that they talked about in regards to difficulty, moving right in, is Grandmaster 1, 2, and 3. So when we looked at the Grandmaster difficulties, we saw numbers and different things, but they said that those numbers are gone and that they've changed things up quite a bit. They said that Grandmaster 1, 2, and 3 are going to be significantly harder than maybe what some people think, and that it will have a suggested set of gear. It'll kind of let you know maybe what kind of gear you should be using instead of numbers, and then it'll tell you also what kind of gear you can possibly get by completing those missions and completing those strongholds and stuff like that once you play them on Grandmaster 1, 2, and 3. So I thought that that was pretty cool. They also talked about blueprints in legendary quality. People were asking about that. They said that yes, you will be able to get them. You'll just need the materials for them. Masterworks is a bit of a different story. The blueprints for those might not be in the game. They're not sure. But the Masterworks, they said they want you to really kind of find those weapons. Now, one other thing, since I'm rocking the Colossus in this video, and yes, this video is from my gameplay, my experience with the open beta and the closed beta. I like the Colossus. I'm probably going to be a Colossus main. I'm not really sure yet. I like all of the javelins, to be honest, but I just like running through stuff with the Colossus, but that's just me. So they did say that in the kind of early stages of the game, the Colossus would be getting some changes. People were not happy with how kind of squishy and not really Colossus-y the Colossus felt. So they said that he was going to have more health and more shield. It was going to scale a bit better in the early game and give him a bit more survivability. I can kind of see where that happened. A lot of people were saying that if you had the shield mods and things like that, he was a bit stronger, and that was kind of how I decked my kit out. But it's good to know that that stuff is going to be addressed in the early game, and I guess we're gonna have to see what it's like in the late game when you know, you hit level 30. Now, another thing that they talked about was that your friends can join you. I was having a lot of problems with the game trying to invite friends. I kept hitting invite and I wasn't getting any friends to get the invite. It was weird because they were sending me invites and I was getting them, but they weren't. So I thought maybe their privacy settings were a bit different than mine. I wasn't quite sure, but that was what it seemed like. But I heard that it was a bug, so they did address that, and we also have another clip of that. So why don't we take a look at that clip, and then you can see for yourself.
So a question, someone just came in. Can you join a friend in free play without first forming a group in Tarsus?
Check this. I don't know, did it work? Sure did. Yeah,
Nice.
the catch is there's got to be an empty spot, right? Like if free play is full, like we can't boot someone for you. So in that case, you'd have to go back to. Oh, nice. There's a turret here.
Yeah, good.
You'd have to go back. Oops, wrong button. Back to Fort Tarsus.
So another thing mentioned was about the echoes and the relics. People were having a lot of trouble in the beta and in the demos with the relics and people disappearing and getting disconnected and not being able to finish missions. That happened to me too many times. But they said that now the echoes and the relics will have a 1-minute timer so that people have to basically hurry up and deliver them. So what will happen is they will turn red to let you know that it's time to turn them in, and if you don't, they will be dropped and returned to the place that you got them from. So it'll be in your best interest or in your team's best interest to hurry up and grab those things and deliver them as soon as possible. Now, another thing about kind of working together and working with your friends, they were talking about being able to know where your friends are with the location. One issue that I had with the beta, and this was kind of one major thing that I had a problem with, was that whenever I saw live streams, they had the little markers with the people you were playing with in the upper left corner. But when we got to play it, that stuff wasn't in there. Of course, I know that the build for the demo was quite old, and I think that a lot of people should know that that build was very, very old according to them. So there have been thousands and thousands of changes that have been made. So getting back onto what was talked about in the live stream, you can now see your friends' health, and you'll see a little radar that will point you in their direction. And if they get too far away, you'll have one kind of icon, and then as you get closer to them, you'll have a different one. I have video of this, but just let me preface this so that I can make this as clear as possible for you to understand. There's going to be a little circle next to the health bar of your friend, and there's going to be what looks like a cone, and as you get closer to them, the cone will widen, and when you're very far away from them, the cone will basically look like a line, and then once you get all the way close to them, the cone will fill up into that entire circle, and then you'll be able to see them with the little blue dot that we had previously. So let's get onto that clip and show you guys what that looked like inside the actual game.
Okay, you can see as we get further away, it shows directionally where he is, as well as like a, what do you call that? Like a
Field of
pizza
view?
pie that shows like when I'm really far away, it's like a line, but when I get closer, look, when I get closer, it'll, assuming he's coming back.
I don't know what word you were looking for. You mean like a proximity sensor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So as we get closer, like that splits out to
Yeah.
kind of show that I'm close to him. This is how I know I'm tired. I don't have basic access to words. Uh-oh. Shield up. Where is he going? Is he just doing his own thing? Anyway, so yeah, as we get closer, you can see that expands, so you get a sense, and then like the dot is like, he's close. And then you can see the like the blue icon in the screen.
So another little tidbit or quality of life thing that they also added was that the emotes will no longer be in a kind of rotation where you need to scroll through anything. Now they'll be bound to specific keys, and then you'll be able to quickly pull them up and get your emote game on to make that a bit easier. The next thing I guess I should start talking about is PC, because they talked quite a bit about what's going on with the PC. I am going to be playing this on PC, so if you are a PC player, you want to squad up, then holla at me, send me a message, leave me a little comment down below, let me know what your origin is. Maybe we can squad up. And if you are looking to, squad up, then hey, join the Discord, and then maybe we can set something up so that you can probably be on stream with me playing and having a good time. Be looking for some cool people to join for some Anthem. So if you are an Anthem head and looking to get in and blow stuff up, then definitely join the Discord, holla at me, and let's chop it up and see what we can get going. So now, as for the PC, there've been quite a few things. The PC control has been fixed. They said that there were quite a few bugs when it came to the PC control and aim. A lot of people were telling me that they hated it, and that they were, using controllers and stuff like that. I tried to use a controller, it didn't work for me. But the control for aiming and flying and swimming and all of that stuff have been fixed. The swim and the flight got a real serious look at, and there were a few problems. The number one problem was that the DPI for mice were set to 1800 out of the box, but the majority of gaming mice and mice in general are usually about 1200. So it just was off. The whole thing just was a bit off, and now it's closer in line to what mice should be like. And then there was also a bit of lag when it came to flying, and I guess that lag was also with swimming as well, not really sure. Then there was another thing where they also had mouse acceleration when you were flying. They're working on, or I think they will have something where you can turn the acceleration on or off depending on what you like. And they say that now it feels way better, and it's just way better. So another thing in my notes about PC is that the camera shake, there is a slider for the camera shake. So if you were getting any kind of motion sickness, that camera shake stuff should be taken care of. You can adjust that as you will. Also, they're looking into adjusting the field of view. They want to do something where you can widen it even more. I am totally looking forward to that, because a wider field of view basically means that it feels much faster, or you get a sense of speed quite a bit more. So I'm looking forward to that. The only problem is it may take a while before we get anything like that, because they have, I think, quite a few different camera mechanics with flying, swimming, shooting, and then precision shooting, precision flying. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. So if you're looking forward to that and you want that, be prepared to wait a little bit. That may not work out quite as soon as we would hope. It will definitely not be in the patch when the game goes live to PS4 and all that other stuff. And then one other thing is that there's lots of small changes like tabbing in the menus and stuff. It's now on the keyboard set to Q and E, so that it's much easier for you to scroll through that stuff. There's also some talk about SLI support for the PC that will be coming in a patch, and then DirectX is also getting some kind of patch kind of update or something like that. So that was for the most part the major stuff that they talked about. They also talked about the kind of setup for the acts, and how they're going to set up the upcoming events and things like that, and how they have the 3 updates, and then they have the Act 1, which is Echoes of Reality, coming in March, and then they have the updates coming with that. The update number 1 is going to be Evolving Worlds, which is kind of just something to let players know that as they play the game, every time they jump in, the game should be different. It should feel different. There should be new things for you to see, new things to discover, new things to find, etc., etc. Also, with update number 2 coming after number 1, of course, you'll have Stronger Together, which are going to push guilds, and they're also going to have leaderboards, so that once you have played the game, gone through quite a bit of the content, then you should be able to start working on ways to challenge your friends and just doing different things to have a more social interaction with people and things of that nature. And then lastly, they'll have the Cataclysm, and that'll come in update number 3, which will be as they call it, aspirational content, which is similar to a raid, but they don't want to say raid, so they say aspirational content. And basically this is going to come after, if everything goes as planned. You've seen what the world is about, you've seen what it's like in the beginning, you played through the story. Update number 2, you start challenging people, you start making a guild and playing with friends, and you have a good group of people that you want to play with. And then with update number 3, Cataclysm, then you'd be thrown into these aspirational content type activities where you and friends play the hardest of the hardest missions and get the best kinds of rewards, and it's going to take strategy and actual cooperation to make that happen. So there's a lot of stuff that they talked about in this update, a lot of stuff that they are talking about and getting hyped for. The game is going to be coming out pretty much in 24 hours as of me recording this, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. If you are looking for more Anthem and you are excited about seeing some widescreen footage of single play, then definitely follow and make sure that you subscribe. And also I'll be streaming this game as much as I can, and I will be playing a lot of loot shooters, so expect to see some Anthem, see some Division, and see all kinds of other games. I'm planning on playing a whole bunch of stuff, but Anthem is definitely going to be here. And again, if you're a PC player and you're trying to hook up, then hey, holla at me. And that's it. Until the next video, I am Khan, and I will see you guys very, very soon. I'm going to be streaming this tomorrow when it goes live. So yeah, hope to see you guys tomorrow. And until then, I'm out. Peace.
Khan.